guys did and not be able to get anything past Vasilevsky.
Yeah, we needed to get that first one. We had some great looks, great opportunities. Some didn't even get on net that could have been the best quality chances we had. He was great tonight. He was, the series was this building. We had 3 pretty good games as far as generating what we wanted to generate. When they were able to crack on the night, we had some games where we were successful in that area, but hey, it's a really good hockey team. When I say really good, it's a great hockey team.
Do you think your guys learned?
We learned how hard it is to win in the first rounds, and it's the toughest round ever. And it's there's a lot of good things that happened in our team, but I loved how we competed in this playoff.
Yeah, and it a lot different than it seemed like last year in Toronto, as far as the compete level and all of that. Do you agree?
Yeah, for sure. I was very disappointing last year ending. It's never a good ending, but this is disappointing to a different level. But because the guys laid it out there, and we had a chance.
Tim Reynolds, Associated Press.
Q, do you think it's fair to say that you guys are much closer to where you want to be now than you were at the start of this year?
Absolutely. That we got, but all year long we're pretty consistent in being involved and getting points every single night, playing hard night in, night out. Depth pushed one another in a productive way. But I think that Benny and some of the additions there at the end made us a deeper team. Offensively, we've been good. I think defensively, we had some good stretches, but our team game, I thought, really improved.
And what can these 2 games do for Spencer going forward, as far as how quickly he'll develop?
Well, even his regular season games he played, it's it's a tremendous start to your career. Great exposure to the best players in the game, great shooters. The goalies, it's like an acquired art where you learn from your experiences and different shooters, and you just seem to anticipate more. You're predictable a little bit more on where the shot's going. And he's a student of the game. It's only going to be beneficial with time. That keeps hard to say. He's going to keep getting better. We're pretty excited about Spencer Knight.
Thanks, Q.
Dan Rosen, NHL.com.
Joe, you say this is disappointing to a different level comparing last year, the way it ended, to this year. Is it disappointing to a little different level because expectations are higher this year? I mean, did you expect more?
Or I thought we had, every game, I thought that whether we generated more chances, but we got behind in a lot of these games, and it plays a little bit into their game. I'm not disappointed in more so the outcomes, but they know how to win, and they're deep, and they're coming off one of those years where all of a sudden you had a couple pieces. It's you don't see them all year. It really helped their power play, and I think early that was a big factor.
Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com.
Coach, kind of taking one look back at the series, on paper, it was just so even between you and the Lightning. What do you think in the end was the biggest difference maker?
Oh, it's you get down 3-1. You don't have many opportunities to have a game like you did tonight, where you do what you wanted to do and you can't put one by them. So that's well, you can look at any game, game 1 or game 2. I think that we could have got something out of every game here. So that's kind of like the way we played them in the regular season. Every game was competitive to the end, and so there's always things to learn, and but it's not an easy nut to crack, that getting through first rounds.
David DeWork, Local10.com.
Hey, Joel. You see teams, they have to learn these tough lessons along the way before they can really achieve the championship greatness. Do you think there's a lot that the Panthers can take from this loss?
Well, there's certainly you play the best, and you learn that the importance of structure, discipline, timing, of the importance of every shift and that consistency and challenging one another as teammates and as a staff and as players. It's a good thing, and I think that we had our emotion that is at different levels this year, which we think that's a great thing to learn from, be a part of. That was a very emotional series, very intense, great hockey. So there's a lot of positives to take out of it.
Last question, Katie Gauze, Valley Sports, Florida.
Coach, this group towards the end of the season and in the playoffs just seemed to be closer than ever. And to end on a loss like this, while it's tough, do you feel that this may be able to bring you guys into the off season with maybe more optimism than you've previously experienced, and really just be a motivating factor for all of these guys who have just come so close this year?
I think absolutely. The group was very together all year and seemed to grow. Excitement, enthusiasm, consistency. So we go home in the summer here and you look at it and you look at, hey, there's a lot of positives, but you're always looking to get better. We can't be satisfied with the improvement that we had, which this year was significant. And hey, let's keep thinking that that's the rate we want to get better at. So there's, hey, it was one of those years where expectations were probably not high. I think internally, I think they grew over the course of the season, and I think that's a healthy thing where we ended up